Yo guys, what's up? Back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys my personal top 25 college football rankings. Now hear me out. Georgia would have easily lost this Tennessee game if they had a kicker who could make a field goal. It looked like he kind of rushed it, you know what I mean? Like he kind of ran on there like, oh yeah, I'm making this, game's over, I'm about to be the hero, you know what I mean? And he kind of rushed it. I didn't see him take his time. He, ran right on the field, and right when he got lined up, it snapped. I mean, it just wasn't a good, he didn't take his time. I mean, you're a kicker, bro. Take your time. The game's on the line. What are you doing, bro? Tennessee should have easily won that game, but they didn't. I would say Georgia and Tennessee are the two most even teams in college football right now. And Georgia won it in overtime because Tennessee doesn't have a kicker. I'm sure they're mad at him, but I still think Tennessee's super good. So, yeah, Georgia's at number 1 right now. Ohio State's win versus Texas looks worse and worse every single game Texas plays. Arch Manning just isn't a good quarterback. They only put up 14 and held Texas to 7. Barely won by 7 points with 14 points. And Ohio State's offense isn't explosive enough. It's just, I think they pick up maybe 2 losses, 3 losses to the max for Ohio State. That will be lowest. Floor for Ohio State 9-3. Ceiling, I guess you could say they go 12-0, but Penn State is going to be a challenge. Look, I know they haven't played anybody, but they still look like a very, very good football team. And you guys, you can't ignore the fact that they do. They beat Oklahoma State, a D1 football team, 69-3. I mean, you can't, and their FBS level. What are they, Power 4? I think Oklahoma's Power 4, right? But, yeah, you can't get much better than what Oregon's been doing so far. They haven't played anyone, but the teams that they have played, they've blown out. They've looked good, at least I think. I'm going to look at the stats again, but the stats got to be good if the scoreboard says that. So, like I said, the stats got to look good. I told you guys I'd check. And their quarterback, their running backs, they had the Northwestern and the Oklahoma State game were like an exact replica of each other. Exact replica on the stats. Maybe some more touchdowns in the Oklahoma State game, but they threw it 20 times versus Northwestern, 21 versus Oklahoma State. Same amount of completions, same yards, I think, or about the same. Same rushes. Their running backs are getting 4 rushes a game. 10 was the most for their starter, and he had 91 yards both games with a touchdown with 4 carries. And then the FCS game, he had 10 carries, 61 yards. That's 6.1 average, and some touchdowns or a touchdown, something like that. They look amazing. Dante Moore is crazy too. He has a pick, but it could have been a tip ball. Miami looks super good. Carson Beck did have 2 picks. He had 2 picks versus a number 18 team. 1 pick is still, you don't want any picks. He had 2. So, it could have been flukes. I wasn't watching that game. It was a blowout. I don't know how they won 49-12 when he had 2 picks. Did they fumble? I don't know. I should check that after, but I know he had 2 picks. I saw the stats. But other than that, he actually did pretty good. I looked at the stats. He did good other than 2 picks. I didn't think he'd have that. Because when I looked at the completions to incompletions, I was like, oh, he probably did amazing again. But he had 2 picks. He did good other than that. So that's 2 picks in 3 games. He always racks up a bunch of picks in 1 game. Like he did good at least 6 games out of, or 4, actually 8 games out of his 12 games last season at Georgia. But 4 of those games he had 3 picks. It just don't make no sense, bro. But, yeah, Carson Beck's still elite. Miami's elite. Yeah. And none of these quarterbacks look good this season except really Ty Simpson. He's the only one with no turnovers. Bro, Ohio State, I was keeping track of that game. That game was a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. I was keeping track. It was like the Alabama-South Florida game from last year. It was a close game with Ohio. South Florida is a lot better than Ohio, though. I'm not taking anything away from that. South Florida is miles ahead of Ohio. It's Ohio. You kept it a close game with Ohio. Yeah, them stats at the end might pad that, or it might cover up that near upset by Ohio at home. But I don't believe in this Ohio State team to win it twice in a row. They might make the playoffs, but I mean they most likely will, given the Big Ten scheduling philosophy. So for number 5, I got Penn State. I looked at their most recent game. I would have them at 4 and Ohio State at 5, but I mean, Drew Aller didn't play good against Villanova. Went 16 for 29 and one pick. One pick. He had a pick versus Villanova. They won like 52-6. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that will not stop me from checking those stats and checking the quarter scores. Yeah, they blew them out the whole game, but that's what I'm assuming. I didn't check that literally, but I checked the stats, and he didn't do, great. He didn't do good at all, really. Hey, this scoreboard may sugarcoat it, but he had a pick. John Mateer had another pick. I think John Mateer has had a pick in every game except maybe one. Maybe one. Every game except maybe one. All right, now, these quarterbacks getting out of hand, bro. Ty Simpson, he just don't got, he does, but they're not playing like it. Ty Simpson has the talent around him to become the Heisman favorite, but they won't catch the ball, man. What are they doing? All right, that's a different story for another time, but yeah, I got Oklahoma here. They still don't look great. None of these teams do. This is sorry. The NIL has messed college football up. I don't want to see Temple. I don't want to see Villanova. I don't want to see any of those teams getting interceptions on these Power 5 FBS schools. Come on. All right, so for number 7, I got Illinois. Their quarterback hasn't thrown a pick. I don't know about fumbles, but I know he hasn't thrown a pick. It just seems like every quarterback is throwing turnovers week after week. Doesn't matter what team it is. Villanova, it doesn't matter, man. It's impressive to not throw a pick now, I guess. I just can't fathom the fact that Alabama has no turnovers. They might have one fumble loss, and that was against Florida State. They lost the game. And if they did, I don't think they did. I think they landed on it. But I don't see how these teams with 0 turnovers aren't doing the best. Illinois is doing good. They're 3-0. They're doing great. And they're, in the top 10 or top 12. Alabama, they're 2-1. Got Georgia. Got a tough schedule. I don't know if they'll be ranked at the end of the season. It's going to be hard to be. But their offense looks high-powered. Or their quarterback, at least. Jeremy Bernard, Ty Simpson, always linking up. Ryan Williams can't catch a football. He forgot how to catch it. And then he wants to smile and laugh after the game. He wants to say, yeah, he left points on the field, but I'm sure Kalen DeBoer told him to say that. So, yeah. He just no excuses for it. So, for Texas A&M, I have them at number 8. They look pretty solid. They're not bad. They beat Notre Dame 41-40. Could have easily lost this game. But, they didn't. Winners find a way to win. That's all I gotta say. It wasn't the refs. It wasn't the when I do make excuses, like Tennessee cheats, a lot of teams cheat. Sometimes it's literally just refs, biased refs, Tennessee refs. I don't think isn't there personal refs for some teams? There are SEC refs, Tennessee refs. Yeah, I know there is. So why don't they just get random refs? Why do they got to get refs for that certain conference, that certain, program, that team? Why not just random refs, man? That's biasness. That's how cheating is involved. That's how biasness is involved. That's how gambling is involved. It shouldn't work that way. So, But Georgia still came out and won at Tennessee because Tennessee is such a poverty program. They suck, and they're cheaters. The refs were trying to help them. I remember they were already trying to cheat. They got off the field. They tried to put 12 players on the field to stop Georgia. They did, but the refs called it. So, yeah, I got Texas A&M here. Tennessee could have easily beat Georgia, but they didn't. When it's found a way to win, like I said. So, Tennessee lost this game at home. I have them ranked at number 9. I said they're the two most even teams, so it wouldn't make sense if I ranked Tennessee, moved them from 15 to like 20 or something. That just wouldn't make sense. I mean, like, what? If Tennessee loses more, yeah, I'll definitely move them. Maybe Georgia just kept it a close game when it shouldn't have been. If Tennessee picks up like 4 losses, shouldn't have been that close of a game. Like, they kept it close with Georgia Tech. So, I mean, it's college football. It's like the NFL now. That's how I look at it. Any team can beat anybody, any given Saturday. It's not one-sided anymore. It's not like Power 5 programs are just devouring the recruits and everything. I mean, they still are because they have more money than a lot of schools, but a lot of these schools like Vanderbilt, a lot of these schools like that, they have a lot of money because they have money from other things. And you know how many people in Tennessee are rich like that? They got basketball too. Don't they got baseball? I don't watch baseball. I hate baseball, but yeah, it's still not even, but it's just not how it used to be. So, for number 10, I got LSU. They don't look that good. I mean, they look good, but you know what I mean. That Clemson win, it looks worse every game Clemson plays. They're not good. Clemson's just not good. They should have lost to Troy. If Troy had depth, that's a loss. They're 0-3, but they're 1-2 instead. Just lost to Georgia Tech. Clemson's not good. They got their stadium silenced twice, one time by a Sun Belt team. Troy, who just went 3-9. And I think they just got blown out by a FCS team. Clemson's not ranked in my rankings. Just telling y'all that. I mean, y'all should know. Also, before I get off of Clemson, I'm going to add their defense just picked Lagway off 5 times. Big Ten fans would call me SEC bias, but it's not even SEC bias at this point, and you know it. You know it's not. I mean, none of these Big Ten teams have looked good, except Ohio State has looked all right from what I've seen. They haven't looked at like anything special. They haven't looked like a natty team this year. Last year they didn't. They won it, but I mean they had a gimme natty. It wasn't nothing, bro. This year they don't even look that good, especially the quarterback. I mean he looked solid in a few games, but it's just I don't know. There's something off about that offense. I mean, it should work fine, shouldn't it? They have the receivers. They have a quarterback, the running backs. But I don't know what it is with that offense. Something's just not right. Maybe the play calling? Something. I don't know. They got Ryan Day as a head coach. Texas isn't that good. We know that, or I know that. A lot of people do. That's one I think if Texas had their quarterback from last year, that's a win, easy win. That might even be a blowout win, low key. So or 10 points maybe, 24-14. Just Ohio State just not that good this year. But yeah, my bad. I just yapped about the wrong things. Vanderbilt is number 11. They beat the number 11 team, blew them out 31-7 at South Carolina. If that does not deserve an award, I don't know what does. So, I think they're number 11. They might make the playoffs this year. Vandy looks serious, bro. Look, Florida State. And Florida State fans, that Bama win cannot save y'all forever. I mean, I only got high on them because other people were. I wasn't really that high on them after. Vandy did it last year. Vandy wasn't that good. They went 7-6. They were good, but not, they weren't contenders, really. They were top 25 contenders at one point, but that's it. 1 point, like, I would say maybe 8 games through the season. That's it. That's like max for them. And then after that, everything fell off. They are in the ACC, though, so they're probably going to get an easier schedule than Vandy did last year and this year. But I know they got Miami coming up, I'm pretty sure. Notre Dame, maybe. I don't know who they got. But I know Miami is on there. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Florida State's overrated because they beat Bama at home. Bama didn't have the effort. Everybody knows that, but they're trying to overlook it. Like, Bama was playing full effort. Like, that's something only Florida State fans say or think to themselves. They tell themselves, we beat Bama, we beat Alabama. That's payback for 2023. Y'all didn't beat Alabama. Y'all beat a Kalen DeBoer Big Ten Washington team. Y'all didn't beat Alabama. Come on. Now, Mississippi State's quarterback, I think it's Blake Shapen, threw a pick to Alcorn State. Come on, bro. What is the deal with all these FBS quarterbacks throwing picks to FCS schools? What the world, y'all? Y'all padding their stats. So, Notre Dame's not a bad team, I wouldn't say. I know I got a little mad earlier, but they do glaze Notre Dame a lot. If Alabama started off 0-2, I don't know. If it was some smaller school, if it was a school like South Florida, a school just starting off in the rankings, they start off 0-2 against two really good teams. They're out of the rankings, but it's Notre Dame. I don't know why, but they love to rank Notre Dame. And I looked at the AP voters. I'm thinking about making a video on this. Those AP voters do not know what they're doing. Like, we have... I'm not even trying to be, we have women, middle-aged women, ranking men's sports and people from different countries. Just doesn't make sense. So for number 15, Alabama is pretty valid to go here. If Florida State ranked at number 12, Alabama just didn't show up in the effort game. If they did, I feel like they could have actually won that game. If the receivers would catch the ball, stop worrying about what they're going to do after they catch the ball. Just worry about catching that ball. I mean, you already have a 15-yard gain in your hands, even if you are hit immediately. It doesn't matter. Catch the ball. That's all that matters. And we really could have won that game. I feel like with our new scheme on defense, with our quarterback linking up with our receivers, he's getting more experienced and, into the play sheet. I feel like we could beat them now if we rematch them right now. So yeah, I have Alabama at number 15. It wouldn't make sense if I kept them at 17, 16, while Florida State moved to 12 from no games. So Texas's quarterback is so bad. Arch Manning is so freaking bad, y'all. Y'all should know it too. He can't stay away from an interception. He threw one against UTEP, man. I think it went. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. 11 out of 25. That is 44 percentage. 114 yards, I think. Maybe one passing touchdown, one interception. It's UTEP 27-10. Texas, it's not looking too good. They might be undefeated, but no, they're not. No, they're not. I take that back. I'm thinking about Texas A&M. They lost to Ohio State. I take that back. They will lose a few games this season. I bet you they'll lose to Georgia. That's 2 losses on the season already. I'll have to look at their schedule again. But I know they'll probably lose 3-4 games, maybe 3 max. Not 3 max. 3 would be like ceiling. I just can't see Texas going 10-2 this season. 9-3, 8-4 maybe. But it's Texas. It's not like it's some expectation. So for number 17, I got Ole Miss. They just won a shootout versus Arkansas, 41-35. Great game to watch. I didn't watch it, but I know it was. I was too busy watching A&M, freaking Notre Dame, Tennessee, Georgia. So many great games yesterday. I gotta watch it though. So for number 18, I have Iowa State. I had them at 14, but gosh, bro, I'm telling you guys, they had another close game with a terrible team. I can't, like, this is like what year was it? A team made the playoffs. Who was it? They kept having really, really close games with a bunch of terrible teams. It may have been Michigan State. From what year was it? 2015, I think. All right, but this is crazy. 24-16 to Arkansas State. Nah. All right, so Texas Tech absolutely obliterated a team that was predicted before the season to be inside the top 25 somewhere, and a lot of people, some even having them in the top 20. This Texas Tech team might not be it might not be a joke, bro. I feel like they can make the playoffs easily if they lock in. So for number 20, I have Utah. I have them better in my end of the season rankings. Go and watch that video if you haven't. Those are my final rankings. You know what I mean? Like what I think the team is going to be at the end of the season. Like, say I have a team at number 15 in here, something like that, because they're 2-1 after week 3, after week 4, something like that. Well, the end of the season rankings are their full schedule done. And it's almost like I'm predicting that they lose 5+ games, 4+, 6+. So Georgia Tech looks like a solid team, a 20-25 top team. You know what I mean? I just can't say Georgia Tech's in the top 20, inside of the top 20, 20-25, that's valid. But Clemson is so bad, bro. They only beat them 24-21. Clemson should be good, but I feel like if Clemson's not that good of a team, beat them by 10 or something. Just prove that they're not that good of a team. I know you beat them. Nobody thinks Clemson's that good no more. But you just got to, if you're a top team, in the teens or something, beat a team that's supposed to be not that good anymore by 10+. That's all I'm saying, or at least a touchdown. You only beat them by 3. Now, this Missouri team does look like a 9+ win team again this year. They're not bad. I feel like they are really good, but I just, without playing anybody yet, I'm not going to rank them, 2 up there because I didn't have them, Penn State, they haven't played anybody, but I had Penn State in my, I think top 5, top 3 in my preseason. But Missouri, I think I had them unranked. So, but I have them in my rankings now. But since they haven't played anyone, I'm not going to put them at 10. What do y'all want me to do? They played Lafayette, whatever. I don't know who they played, really. ULAF and some other group of 5 teams. So, I just got to see Missouri play somebody. The second they even play somebody that I think is at least a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 team, I will put these guys in my top 15, top 20. So for number 23, I got Washington. It wouldn't make sense. They've played 2 games against 2 cupcakes. Gave up 21 to Colorado State, wasn't it? They still beat them by 17, 38-21. Not taking anything away from them. But, they've played 2 games. Missouri has played 3 or 4, I think 3, right? And has blown out every team, just like this team has. 17, it's not, I wouldn't consider it a big blowout. I consider it just under a blowout. You know what I mean? A blowout, I would say it starts at around 20 points. They were right on it almost. So technically it was a little one. And then, Missouri's played more teams. I just got to. And Georgia Tech's beat somebody. I got to move them in their spot. I got to see Washington play Ohio State in 2 weeks. So, I can't move Auburn any better, any worse, really. It's jitters against bad teams, but at the same time, it's not. Gave up nearly 500 yards to Baylor's quarterback alone. Struggled against South Alabama at home. I don't care if you put your freshman in or not. I looked it up. That's considered a Power 2 team. You should have the backups for it. I don't care if your backups are in or not. struggling against a Power 2 team as a Power 4 plus team, even a Power 3 team, should not struggle with that, man. That's bad. That's bad. I almost moved them to 25, and Indiana took 24. But I'm going to keep them the same for now. So, for number 25, I got Indiana. They look good. They look pretty good. Solid. But I got to see them play somebody. You guys know this. I do not rank teams inside of my top 20 if they don't play anybody. Well, other than, like, Penn State. That's an exception. Because, it's Penn State. But, like, if it's like Indiana, somebody who's not even usually good, somebody who plays literally nobody all season long, maybe one team, I gotta see you do something against them first before I rank you good.